recipe, one of my absolute favourite dishes, and it's really easy to make. It's made with these split red lentils, and you have to just simmer them basically. So I'm going to put them in a pan over here. You put the dal into the pan, and then you add a good generous 2 pints of water. Bring up to the boil, and while that's coming up to the boil, I'm going to prepare the onion. Basically what happens is the dal cooks very gently until it's really soft and tender and has almost formed a sauce. And while that's happening, fry an onion and some garlic and a few spices, which are the flavouring for the dal. Although it takes a little bit of time to cook, it's actually a very easy thing to make. Let's chop up this onion. I've got lots of garlic. I do think it's a lovely flavouring for dal, so I tend to put a generous amount in, but you could put in less if you don't so much like garlic, but it goes so beautifully with the lentils. So I've got about 6 garlic cloves here. You don't have to chop them very finely, but I'm going to make them a bit finer than that. You could grate them if you wanted to, but I tend to, chopping is enough. Right, now I'm going to fry this in a little bit of light olive oil. The reason I'm using light olive oil is because I don't want the flavour of olives. And when I say light, I mean light in flavour, not light in calories. It's just got the same amount of calories. It's a normal olive oil, but it's got a very mild flavour. 2 tablespoons of oil going in. And the onion and garlic. That's all coated with oil now, and I'm just going to let that cook gently until it's tender and slightly brown. It takes about 15 minutes. Meanwhile, the lentils are coming up to the boil, and what we need to do now, as this comes to the boil, is to skim off the foam, because it gives a much nicer consistency to the dal. You take the foam off as it comes up. It takes about 20 minutes to get rid of all the foam on the dal, and you don't have to stand here rigidly for 20 minutes doing that, but you know, you can pop backwards and forwards and just skim it off when you see the foam rising. And after a while, after as I say about 20 minutes, it will stop foaming, and then you can just let it simmer very gently for another 20 minutes. By which time it will be beautifully cooked and really tender. The lentils are done now. See, these have really reduced to a lovely puree. Turn those off. And the onions, which are just soft and light brown, are going to have a bit of turmeric added and some garam masala. This is an Indian spice mix. You can buy it already ground, but I love to buy it in whole spices and grind it in because it's so aromatic and just gorgeous. These just need to cook for a minute or 2 just to release the flavours and the beautiful fragrance, and then that's done. Turn them off. I'm going to add the onion to the lentil. Don't want to waste any of these lovely spices. Like that. Give it a stir, and I'm going to then add a bit of tomato. Tomato, bit of salt, pepper. That's about it. I'm going to put it into a serving dish. This freezes really well, by the way. I often make a huge batch, as much as I've got room for in a big saucepan, and then keep it in the freezer. It's such a lovely dish to have ready there for an emergency meal. I'm just going to chop some fresh coriander over the top. And there it is.